Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope everybody is doing well. I am joined today by Beatrice, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about the Maldives and some of the properties in the Maldives. So, Beatrice, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me, Mackenzie. It's great to
Absolutely.
celebrate.
Thank you so much. Yes. So, tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we can get started with talking about the Maldives.
Fantastic. Yeah, so I work very closely with Mackenzie and the team at Susan's Travel Services, really talking about incredible luxury hotels, resorts, and destinations around the world. A fairly curated collection of high-end products and services. And really today, we were going to talk about the Maldives and the number of properties that we represent in the region. So my goal is really to educate and help be an advocate for advisors like Mackenzie to ensure that the guest has an impeccable stay, knowing that when you book your trip, um, we want to make sure that you come back with incredible memories and be there to support you every step of your journey.
Fantastic. Okay, so we know we get some pretty important questions about the Maldives. So let's just kind of jump into what those common FAQs are.
Yeah, so when I talk about the Maldives, it's pretty much in everyone's top five um, trips, that they have in mind throughout their lifetime. And the Maldives can be a little intimidating, especially if you don't speak with someone who's an expert. And that's why Mackenzie and the team at the agency, they're there to really help you put the dots together and ensure that you're aware of all the logistical things that you should know before you go and what to expect when you're there. But the Maldives, it's in the Indian Ocean. It's comprised of over 1,000 islands. Um, it has almost 200 resort islands. And this is really the crucial factor. Um, it's unlike, say, New York City. If Mackenzie, if you booked someone at the plaza and they didn't like the location, they could just hop in a taxi and go downtown and stay at another incredible property. In the Maldives, it doesn't really work that way because when you're visiting one of these 200 resort islands, getting there and the journey to get there is really part of the trip, and we must get it right. Otherwise, it can be very costly. So, but let me take a step back. To get to the Maldives, the main international airport is Male, Male, and multiple points of connections from the United States. It is a global destination. So when you're getting to the Maldives, you're going to meet guests from Europe, Asia, North America. United States is pretty much a small factor of the guests that travel to the Maldives in general. My most common recommendation for getting there is to go via Doha or Dubai. From the United States, it could be 14 hours from New York City to Doha and Dubai, and then you'll take another 4.5 flight from Doha and Dubai to Male. You can also go via Singapore. That's what I took when I came from the West Coast. 16 hours to Singapore from LAX, and then another easy, not even 4-hour flight directly to Male. Other points of connection would be London, Frankfurt, Madrid, Istanbul. If you're already in Europe or other parts of Asia, definitely recommend adding the Maldives to your itinerary. Once you get
Absolutely.
to Male, that's really where the Maldivian adventure starts. So Male is the capital and the main city. And to get to the island resorts, you'll take either a speedboat or a seaplane. Um, when you do take that seaplane, you're venturing off to further parts of the region, maybe perhaps a little bit more private resort island. And when you get to that seaplane, it really does land in the Indian Ocean, and then we pick
Yes.
your guest up by boat to get them to the resort. Um, and with the 200 different resort islands, I'm so fortunate to represent a Maldivian hotel collection where we have 10 resort islands, all of which are natural islands. And I'll talk about sustainability in a little bit. But the sizes and styles of these resorts vary. My smallest resort is 15 villas. I have a large resort that has 288 villas, things that I don't think the average person realizes. So, asking the right questions, talking to Mackenzie about what is your vision when you are in the Maldives? Is it just you and your loved one? Or are you traveling with friends? Do you want a little bit more lively atmosphere? Do you want to see other guests? Um, are you a good swimmer? Are you a snorkeler or a diver? Because of the Maldives really known for this marine life underwater world, it's in the northern part of the Maldives, you'll see hammerhead sharks and manta rays. In the southern part, you'll see whale sharks. So make sure that you speak and with your advisor and ask all the right questions because we want to make sure we get it right for this ultimate destination.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So I know you've got a little bit of a presentation for us about some of the resorts that you have, but are there any other questions that you'd get commonly that you want to address before we get into that?
Yeah, sure. People often ask, how long should I travel? Um, I'm an American and I don't think we travel enough. But
Yes.
I would say at least a week. If you can spend more than a week, you really immerse yourself in the destination. And the reason I say is a week, it takes you a whole day to get there and another whole day to get back.
Mhm.
Um, Climate change has definitely affected the time of year to come to
Yeah.
the region, just like anything, because it is, at sea level. Our responsibilities in reducing reducing our carbon footprint is really crucial. Um, so if you can spend a long time number of days there, that's great. I would recommend even perhaps splitting your stay between two islands to get two different vibes. But we'll make sure to ensure that your journey is really memorable. Uh,
Absolutely.
Also, a lot of people say a lot of guests think that it's really just for couples, and a lot of the resorts in the Maldives do cater to adults only getaways. Um, but post pandemic, I've been seeing a lot of friends traveling together,
Yeah.
people with children, teenagers, adult children. So everyone is welcome to the Maldives. I also recently brought a number of gay travelers to the Maldives. I think that's also
Wonderful.
a hurdle to, people often ask about that. And we had an incredible, very safe, very memorable trip together.
That's awesome. Because I know we just got a comment about that, asking about if it's safe. Are there any issues that people should be aware of, or what's the kind of community like out there as far as the
Yeah.
acceptance and inclusivity?
Yeah, Maldivians are primarily Muslim, and I think with any Muslim destination, you want to be respectful of their beliefs and their culture. And I would say that is the case when you get into Male. But I think the beauty about the Maldives resorts, they operate as one island, one resort. So when you get to these incredible properties that want to welcome anyone and everyone, that you are free to enjoy your stay with your companion, your same gender companion. So many different types of guests come to stay with us, and it's very safe. Uh,
Fantastic.
yeah, we get a lot of same sex couples that stay with us at Crown and Champa.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, that's perfect. All right. So, anything else before we hop into your presentation?
No, let's do it.
Fantastic. Okay. So, I know you've got to pull that up here in just a second.
And how does that appear for you guys?
Absolutely perfect. So, I'm going to let everybody be able to see this collection, this presentation, and you take it from here.
Okay, thank you once again, everyone, for spending the next few moments with me. I'm thrilled to introduce you to Crown and Champa Resorts. They have 10 properties in the Maldives. What you're looking at on your screen today are their luxury collection, and I'm going to highlight two in particular: Hurawalhi, which you'll see on the top of the screen, known for their underwater restaurant, and then just spend a few moments about Cudadoo. But if anyone here has any questions about any of the other properties, I'm happy to work with Mackenzie to ensure I answer your questions. But just in general, here's a map of the Maldives. I talked about the main arrival point of Male City, which you'll see here in the star. And here are all the varying atolls. So again, to get from point A to B, it's either by boat or by seaplane. And when we're talking about Hurawalhi and Cudadoo, you'll find them here in this atoll here called Laviani. And Laviani has a number of luxury properties there, some of the most beautiful, pristine ocean hues of blue that I've ever seen. So to get to Laviani, As I mentioned, here's the seaplane. And once you get to Male Airport, a Crown and Champa individual will greet you, will direct you to our seaplane terminal, and we'll start your journey from there. It's a 40-minute seaplane ride, and the seaplanes, they're not that large. So I don't know, maybe say 12 passenger seats on average. And it does land in the middle of the Indian Ocean. You'll see the floating dock right here. Some of our resorts may have the dock right by the resort side, but in this particular case, we're gonna land the plane by this floating dock. Our speedboat will be there to greet you upon arrival and get you to Hurawalhi. Yeah, so here's Hurawalhi. What I love about Crown and Champa, Mackenzie, is their commitment to sustainability, as I mentioned earlier. First, Hurawalhi is working on solar energy. More than 30% of the island is powered by solar, and we're looking at increasing that. All of our islands are natural, as opposed to man-made. A lot of the other luxury properties are building resorts on man-made islands, and it's really disrupting the coral reef. So when you're booking with Crown and Champa, when you're booking at Hurawalhi, you can be assured that it's a natural island, really doing our best to preserve the coral reef. And you can see the beautiful house reef right here surrounding this island. Two different styles, really. Either you choose over the water or you choose being on the beach. Not a large property. It's 90 villas in total. And for those coming on a special occasion, great news, it's adults only. And really an excellent retreat for you coming to celebrate an anniversary or a special occasion. Mackenzie, I had the pleasure of staying in this category last time I was here. And I was in an ocean pool villa. Really the ultimate experience in my view. And these views, you can see it right here. There's an unobstructed view of you, the ocean, and the endless sea. You can see it from the top left. But in your villa, you can expect all of the essential amenities, a full beverage bar. We also have coffee machines, full speed Wi-Fi, really top of the line bath amenities. And when you work with Mackenzie, really a variety of different categories just to make sure that we get it right for you. This is our romantic ocean villa. It does have an outdoor bath area. It has a hammock right over the Indian Ocean. The layouts are all generally the same. It's really about size and either a hammock or a pool in addition to the villa. I also personally love the beach sunset pool villas. A lot of guests ask, what's your favorite category? And I think it's a preference. My recommendation, if they've never been, why not experience two categories? So if you're staying for a whole week, why don't we spend a few days over water so you can have that ultimate photo opportunity and enjoy your villa right over the ocean. And then maybe combine it with a beach villa. Literally roll out of your bed onto this beautiful powder soft white sand, and you have these beautiful views of the ocean there. So over water or beach, you really can't go wrong. Every category is really quite spectacular. So aside of enjoying your villa, some of the features of being in the Maldives really revolve around being in the water, enjoying the marine life. But what about dining by the marine life? We're proud to have this restaurant. It's called 5.8. It signifies the depth in meters. So we're 5.8 below sea level. And there's only three underwater restaurants in the world. And we have the largest here with 10 tables. We only do 2 seatings. So we have a lunchtime 5-course seating, and then we have a dinner service, which is 7 courses. Another question I ask is, do people in the Maldives enjoy alcohol? Absolutely. Whereas the Muslim lifestyle may not always, obviously do not. With our American guests, we have a number of options for you to enjoy your special occasion or just enjoy your trip. So we either lunch or dinner with pairings. And the daytime views are really bright and vibrant. It's a beautiful service and excellent cuisine. You have a choice of vegan, vegetarian, a seafood option or a meat option for your courses. And then here I wanted to show the image of the nighttime. Definitely a must do if you're staying at Hurawalhi, because you won't ever experience this anywhere else. One of my guests last time said to me, it was a bucket list experience I never realized I had. So really try to make a point to make a reservation. I recommend doing it ahead of time. You can see here on the top right photo of this screen right here, that is how you get to the underwater restaurant. You can see kind of it under the sea here. So we have a number of steps that make it down to a really, truly special experience. Outside of that, the Maldivian lifestyle, if you're not active in the water or on the land, you're dining, you're eating, you're enjoying a beverage. I'm thrilled to say that you will never get bored with the dining options at Hurawalhi. Everywhere from our signature 5.8 restaurant to a super casual JFK called Junk Food Kitchen, talk about cheeseburgers, the works, French fries. Also our Kashibo, which is our Asian restaurant. Mackenzie's, there are a number of meal plans when your guests decide to book, but for American travelers, I definitely always recommend let's do the full board meal plan, meaning all of your meals. Or if you want the whole experience with food and beverage, let's do also the all-inclusive plus, where they never really sign a check for any dining or bar experience they have. So moving along, when you're not in your villa, which I imagine most of our guests are in their villa, Mackenzie, I was there at a full house and I rarely saw anyone. I said, where is everyone? They're either enjoying their own villa, they're in the ocean, they're on a boat, but you will also see some guests here. This is our main resort pool. If you wanted to be social, if you wanted to just come and enjoy the other resort offerings, we do have an incredible Infinity Edge swimming pool, full service, have lunch, have drinks, and enjoy that area. Some other things to do in addition to being in the water, we have some great land activities. When you're spending a week in the Maldives, maybe after day 2 or 3, you're like, okay, why don't we just get some activity in? I personally love paddle tennis, or depending on what part of the world you're in, it's padel or paddle, but it definitely is a racket sport. We also have yoga, sound baths, a full gym. The gym is an ocean view gym, and a number of staff members that can help you with personal training. Also, if you have a guest that, maybe it's a couple, one does not play racket sports, one of our staff members will happily enjoy some racket sports with them. But being in the water, I think, is probably one of the biggest features. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I've never seen such beautiful, crystal clear water. And I came back a true environmentalist, wanting to do better and wanting to really ensure that the marine life is preserved. But we have marine biologists on site that can either do guided snorkeling tours. If you're a diver, some of the best dive sites are around Laviani. And I'm working my way there towards a dive certification, hopefully at some point in my life, because the clarity and the color palette in the underwater world is absolutely so beautiful. I don't even know if you can really express the same in photos. So definitely come enjoy the water. Some non-motorized things like kayaking, stand-up paddleboard. But again, being on a boat, it's going to be part of your lifestyle. So outside of your transfer, if you wanted to do a sunset dolphin cruise, if you want to go fishing, deep sea fishing, so many options available. One of my favorite things that I would recommend we book for your travelers, Mackenzie, is some time in Dream Island. Dream Island is Hurawalhi's own sandbank. You can see it here in the lower left photo, and exclusive one guest or per guest experience per time at Dream Island. You won't see other people there except you, your loved one, whoever you're traveling with. And we drive you there by boat. We pack a picnic for you, and we leave you alone to enjoy this really such a rare experience to have in this world. To just be, it's you, the sandbank, and the ocean. So something really special we offer at Hurawalhi. Another close-up of, we do have some beach setup at Dream Island, and just some inspiring images for you. I have to be honest, I'm not the best swimmer, but gosh, you can't get me out of that ocean. I will happily go put my head in there, snorkel, um, be on a boat, and just really explore and meet these beautiful marine life creatures. Back on the land, some other things just to keep you active and entertained outside of the racket sports. Football, or soccer here, as we call it in the United States, is very, very popular in the Maldives. So we do have our own version of a pitch here. You can see the soccer field, the tennis court, the paddle court, some also areas just for like youthful enjoyment of arcade games and ping pong, billiards. So those are some of the things you can expect. Um, what I love about Hurawalhi is there's always something going on every night, whether it's live acoustic music, or we have a DJ that comes and just spins some like really entertaining sounds. One of my favorites is Maldivian night. When you go to a destination, you always want to learn about the culture. At least I know I do. And I think when we welcome guests to the Maldives, it's really such a private experience. It's typically, if we're booking a special occasion, it's them and their loved one. They want to reflect upon perhaps a wedding or an anniversary and enjoy the company of the one you're traveling with. And we never really get to talk about what do the Maldivians, what's important to them, what's their lifestyle like. And they're just a beautiful, warm, friendly community of people that love their island nation, and they have their own cultural music, cultural dance, of course, their own cuisine, which is heavy, much seafood based. They love their spicy hot peppers as well, which if you like spicy food, definitely ask for that. But one night a week, we have our own Maldivian cultural show, and just really a fun evening to learn about Maldivian culture, music, and dance. That's pretty much it about Hurawalhi. Really an incredible resort. I want to thank Mackenzie and everyone at Susan's Travel Services for sending so many of your guests to stay at Hurawalhi. I know the feedback has been exceptional. Mackenzie, if it's okay with you, I wanted to just spend a few minutes talking about Cudadoo. And I'm hoping everyone can still hear me. Right now, here we are looking at the images of Cudadoo. I'll just spend a few moments highlighting this resort. It's only 15 villas. When I talked earlier about the size of the villa mattering, Cudadoo is only 15 villas. It's for the ultimate Maldivian experience. It's 100% powered by solar. So what you're looking at on the bottom half of this image is the rooftop of our retreat, where we have the restaurant, spa, fitness center, and everything. 100% powered by solar. CNN named us the most sustainable hotel in the world. And it's just a 5-minute boat ride from Hurawalhi. It's in the same atoll as Laviani, and what you'll find here, Mackenzie, are primarily 1-bedroom villas, except for the first villa on each end of this horseshoe. That's a 2-bedroom villa. You can book them individually, or some of our guests are booking this entire island to make it private. And the difference between Cudadoo and Hurawalhi is it's unlimited. The concept is anything, anytime, anywhere. So unlimited dining at any time of the day, whatever your soul desires. If you want steak and eggs at 2 a.m, absolutely. If you tell the resort all the things that you need at Cudadoo ahead of time, if you want cherry Coke, if you want a specific beverage, we'll get it for you. So unlimited dining, unlimited excursions. This is your massive individual villa, a really large outdoor pool area, Japanese style architecture, and all of them are overwater, contemporary in style. You have your own residential private butler that again connects with Mackenzie or the guest ahead of time to make sure we prepare for your arrival. Never have to sign a check. A full wine cellar. You choose which bottle of wine. You choose how you spend your day. I want morning yoga followed by a dive excursion. I want to come back and spend some time dining with my companion for a private beach dinner experience. Um, Everything here is included. I guess there are a few things that would not be included if you wanted to upgrade to the yacht, the owner's yacht, or if you wanted the owner's selection of reserve wines. But everything else, jet skiing daily, boat excursion every day. You want to go see the manta rays? Let's do it. What time do you want to go? When do you want to go? Our only Himalayan salt chamber in the Maldives is here at Cudadoo. And then, again, as I mentioned, unlimited spa and excursions. The great feature about staying at Cudadoo is Cudadoo guests also get to enjoy everything I talked about at Hurawalhi in terms of food and beverage. And the great thing about booking through Mackenzie when you're staying at Cudadoo is Mackenzie, because of our relationship with Susan's Travel Services, we invite you to join us for lunch for two at 5.8 as their guest. And that is the summary of my presentation. I'm going to go back to the main screen here, if I may, and end this presentation here, Mackenzie.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for teaching us all about the beautiful Maldives. We've got somebody here saying, Susan saying she thinks the beach villa is the best for privacy. And then she's saying they have the best food ever. So definitely exciting. Let me go ahead and make us full screen. Here we go.
Yeah,
fantastic.
thank you for giving me the time. I hope it was a worthwhile overview of the two resorts, especially
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's absolutely amazing. I really need to get there myself. Susan's been before, and she said it was just amazing. Definitely worth the travel time.
I don't disagree, Susan. And having been more than a couple of times now, multiple times now, I mean, the Maldives, let's get your travelers and envisioning it, because it is such a special, beautiful part of this world. I learn a lot about myself every time I go.
Yeah.
I learn a lot about the world, my role in it. So thank you for continuing to send travelers to keeping our resorts busy.
Absolutely. I love the sustainability aspect. I'm very big in sustainability and learning about sustainable products, destinations, and properties. As you said, the world, we're exploring it. It's a beautiful place and we want to keep it beautiful and healthy. So I think that it's a huge, and the thing too is when a property is already sustainable and our clients don't have to think about it, they are doing something good and feeling good about something without having to put in the effort that it takes to, put in your volunteer hours. And so experiencing that luxury in a sustainable way, not only are they experiencing a beautiful place, but they're experiencing a wonderful, just vacation and, doing something good for the environment by enjoying themselves.
Yeah. And I don't disagree. And, that is the buying power of the consumer, right? You have the
absolutely.
Where to stay. And I think when you can be confident when you're booking Crown and Champa, I mentioned the natural island, 100% powered by solar, or really trying to get all of our resorts to have sustainable resources, but not one plastic bottle. You will never find it. You will learn about the people and the region. And
absolutely.
Crown and Champa does so much to give back to their community. One of the things I love about working with this group is our general managers. Most of them, our leaders are mostly Maldivian, and they really want to promote their Maldivian staff. Our chief commercial officer, he started in, I think, accounting, and then went to housekeeping, and now he's leading this incredible team, sponsoring them to get higher education. I mean, these are the companies that I love working with, and I feel really proud and when I stay at these resorts, because I know what good they're doing for their region, their people, and also this planet.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again, Beatrice, for being here with me. It's such a pleasure. And I know you're going to be back with us to talk about Fiji as well. So that is super exciting. And I know everybody's going to be excited to have you back as well.
I would love to. I will do anything for you guys. And any of your travelers, they're always going to be super VIP in my book.
Fantastic. Well, we will see you guys later. Happy Monday and enjoy your week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.